Hello students, my name is Pankaj Pathania and today I will discuss about the one of the most important topic related to the engineering, that is interference in the thin film. So basically interference is the modification in the intensity of light resulting of superposition of two or more waves of light. Understand? So when the intensity of light will be increased, then it will be called the constructive interference, and if the intensity will be decreased, means that is the destructive interference. Now our main topic is related to the interference in the thin film. First of all, why we need to study this topic? Because thin film technology in today's scenario is very important, because thin film is used in everywhere. We have seen that in our this mobile cover there is a film, thin film. Understand? That is called the anti reflecting coating. You can say that. So to study the interference phenomena in these type of film is useful, because if we want to calculate the thickness of this thin sheet, then through the interference pattern we can calculate the thickness of that film. Now the thin film is the thickness of less than 1 micron, and a thick, when the thickness of the film is more than 1 micron, that film is called the thick. Understand? So a thin film may be an air enclosed between two transparent sheets or a soap bubble. So you can always see that when the oil is spread on the flat surface, you have seen the colors. When the white light incident on that soap bubble, then you can see the color. This colorful phenomena is explained with the help of the interference pattern in the thin film. So in our first case we have studied the interference due to the reflected light. So in first case, interference due to reflected. This is the film, that is the thickness of the T, and G H1 is the one phase, one interface, and the G1 H1 is the another interface. Understand? So this is the thin film. Now if there is a source, as light source, when the light is incident on the phase GH1, GH, and A is the at point A, this is the angle of incident I. Understand? Now the ray is reflected to the AB, that is called the R1, and the another ray is transmitted through this thin film, that is called the refracted ray, and that is again incident on the C, and again reflect to the D, and where from the D it can be go to E point. So these two rays, that is a ray 1 and this is 2 ray, will interfere to each other and create a fringes, that is bright and dark fringes. Understand? So here this is the angle of incident, that is the angle of refraction R, and again this is angle R. Understand? Again this is angle R. This is 90 degree. Understand? And here this is basically 90 degree minus I, because this is totally 90 degree and this is again I, this is again I. So I is here then 90 degree minus I, and again because it is 90 and this is 90 degree minus, then this is basically I. So you have seen that after that these two rays generate a path difference. Due to this path difference, we can calculate the fringes, the position of bright as well as the dark fringes. So after this L, these two rays travel the equal path. So the total path difference between these two rays, that is ray 1 R1 and R2, we are now going to calculate the path difference and calculate the position of the bright and the dark fringe. Understand? After that, we can, with the help of this, we can easily calculate the thickness of that thin film. Understand? Now the path difference between two ray R1 and R2 reflected from GH and G1H1 interface of thin film. Understand? So our detector is here actually. So that is the reflection case, and in case of transmission, transmitter case, we have the detector position is here. That is next lecture we will discuss about the interference due to the transmitted light. Now our focus on the reflected light, that is R1 and R2. So path difference between these two is, that is mu in film. Understand? That is basically AC plus CD, understand, minus AL, that is basically AL in air. That is in air and in. Understand? Now we are going to calculate the AC, CD and AL from these triangle 1, that is triangle 2, and this is triangle 3. So with the help of these triangles, we are going to calculate the AC, CD and AL, and we can get the total path difference of these two rays R1 and R2. Now in case of triangle 1, here are AC, CD and AL. Now we have seen that AC is AC, so we are taking the triangle. Triangle is ACNN. CNN, BN is the perpendicular drawn on these line, that is AB, and these line AC and CD. Understand? So ACN, so here we have seen that now this is the 90 degree angle, this is R. So that is total CN upon AC is equal to cos R. And what is CN? CN basically is T. Understand? So here we have calculated AC is equal to CN upon cos R. That is equal to T upon cos R. That is, this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Now from the triangle, second case, we have taken the triangle CND and CD. Again same thing we have calculated, that is CD is equal to CN upon cos R. that is equal to T upon cos. Understand? So here we have seen from the equation 2 and 3, we have written that AC is equal to T by cos R and CD is equal to T upon cos R. That is equation 2 and this is equation 3. Now we are going to calculate that. So what is AL? AL is basically from triangle ALD. Triangle ALD. AL is basically, but we have seen that AL is AL, from AL there is AL upon AD is basically sin I. AL upon AD is basically sin I for the triangle 3, and now that is AN is equal to AD sin I. Now the AL is this. What is AD here? AD is AN plus ND. Understand? Now we are going to calculate these AN and ND from triangle 1 and 2. So here we have seen that AN upon NC is equal to 10R from the triangle ACN. That is the triangle ACN. And here from same the triangle NCD. Triangle NCD. We have find that this ND upon NC is equal to 10R. Same that we have seen that equation 3, this is equation 4, and AN is equal to NC is basically T 10R, and here the ND is equal to NC, means that is a T 10R. That is equation, this is equation number 5 and this is equation number 6. Now put the value of AN and ND in equation 4. So AN is equal to 2T 10R sin I. Understand? Now this AL can be written as 2T 10R refractive index mu sin I R according to the Snell's law. So we have calculate AN and also AC and CD. This is equation number 7. So by putting the 2, 3, 7 in the equation number 1. Understand? Now by putting the value of AC, CD and AL in equation 1, then the total path difference is mu. What is EC? That is T cos R plus T cos R minus AL. That is basically 2 mu T tan R sin R. Understand? Now by solving, mu is 2T cos R minus 2 mu T, that is sin R, upon cos R means sin square R upon cos R. Understand? Now what is the common of this equation is 2 mu T upon cos R, that is 1 minus sin square R. Understand? From this we have seen that is 2 mu T upon cos r, and this is 1 minus sin square I means cos square r. So this, by cancel out this, total path difference is 2 mu t cos r. That is equation number 8. That is the total path difference between R1 and R2, that is reflecting from the interface or the surface of the thin film, upper surface of the thin film, that is GH, and the lower surface of thin film, that is G1 and H1. Now, according to the Stokes theorem, or you can say the Stokes treatment, when the ray is reflected from the rarer to the denser medium here, then extra path difference will be generated. That is the plus minus lambda by 2. Then the extra path difference between, we have taken minus lambda by 2, plus minus lambda by 2. Understand? So this will be the path difference for the two ray that is reflecting from the interface GH and the G1 H1, means the upper surface of the thin film and the lower surface of the interface. Now the condition of the bright fringe. Condition of bright fringe. We know for the constructive interference, delta is n lambda. Understand? Now, our delta in case of interference due to reflected light is del is 2 mu t cos r plus lambda by 2. Understand? And that is basically in case of, so here delta is n, lambda is equal to 2 mu t cos r minus lambda by 2. Understand? So divide and multiply here by 2, then we can find that 2 mu t cos r is equal to, that is 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. That is, n is basically 0, 1, 2 and 3. So this is the case of the basically bright fringe in case of reflected light through the thin film. Now in case of condition for the dark fringe, now we know that in case of dark fringe, delta is the odd multiple of lambda by 2, that is plus minus lambda by 2 we are taking. Then our path difference is this one in case of reflection case. Understand? Now our delta in case of dark fringe is 2n minus 1, 2n minus 1 lambda by 2, and is equal to 2 mu t cos r plus lambda by 2. Understand? So here our 2 mu t cos r is equal to n. Understand? That is the plus minus and lambda. If we generalize it, it is basically plus minus n lambda, and n is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Understand? So here we have seen that what will happen here when lambda is known and the angle of refraction is known, then we can easily calculate the thickness of the crystal. So here we have seen that by taking the constant thickness of thin film and vary the angle of incident, means angle of refraction, we can get the bright and dark fringe in our detectors. Understand? Now if we weighing the T and taking the incident angle constant, then we again find the angle here, the bright and dark band in the our detectors. Understand? So here we can easily calculate the thickness of the thin film if angle of incidence is known and the lambda is known and n is the order. Understand? Thank you very much.